Welcome to the Real Estate Syndication Show. Whether you are a seasoned investor or building a new real estate business, this is the show for you. Whitney Sewell talks to top experts in the business. Our goal is to help you master real estate syndication. And now your host, Whitney Sewell.
This is your daily real estate syndication show. I am your host, Whitney Sewell. This week, actually, if you've been listening over the last numerous weeks, I've gone through numerous parts of our hiring process through how we've used top grading. Again, I recommend having that book in your arsenal, in your library, so you can hire Class A talent for your team. And I just want to hammer on something else this week that I want you to think about, that I've been reading about, and I want to share with you because it is definitely a mindset shift for me, but it's kind of eye-opening at the same time. And I've been reading this book called Who, Not How by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Highly recommend it. Been learning a lot from Dan Sullivan lately. But one thing in this book that goes completely against what you've been taught growing up is that procrastination is wisdom. And you're probably thinking, what in the world are you talking about, Whitney? Procrastination is wisdom. Because that's definitely not what your mom probably taught you or your dad. And that's not what we've been teaching our children. I know that. We do not want to be procrastinators. We do not want to put things off. But I have been thinking about this. And when you're thinking about who, not how. Again, if you're watching YouTube, I'm holding that book up, but it's easily found. And I want to read part of the book to you about procrastination specifically, and just to help you to think. I want you to know that's where it comes from, though. And I encourage you to buy the book and look up Dan Sullivan. He's got some amazing content for entrepreneurs. He's coached, just thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs to big success. But they say this shocking and exciting truth about procrastination. Here's a quote by Charles Darwin. It says, "A man who dares to waste 1 hour of life has not discovered the value of life." And so he says, so I've told you the idea of procrastination is really bad, right? But he says, here's where I throw a monkey wrench into everything. Procrastination is actually a form of wisdom. It's a psychological phenomenon that occurs when you really want something more for yourself, but you lack the knowledge and capability to do it. And I want you to think about that as an entrepreneur. And I know I have been there, and especially early on. And there's still things that I'm always procrastinating. There's always things that I am pushing to the back burner, or there's things that, I wish I could get that done. I wish that was completed, whatever that task may be. But, that may be something that's really holding up future progress, or holding up another team member, even worse, right? Or just holding up the entire business because I'm procrastinating about it, or because I do not feel that I have the knowledge or capability to do it. I mean, it could be building a website. I have no idea how to build a website, right? But I need that individual who is an expert in that thing, right? Who is that? How do I find them? And I need to have that mindset all the time. And so he goes on. He said, what procrastination means is that your goal or ambition is great. It's something you'd like for yourself, but you're not the right person to execute the plan to achieve it, at least not right now. You need a who to get you through whatever stage you're in, because at the moment, you're clearly not the who in possession of the needed knowledge or capability. If you were, you wouldn't be procrastinating. So procrastination is wisdom if you listen to it. If you don't listen to it, then it leads to misery. And so I want you to think about that this week, and I want you to think about it today even. I know for me personally, like I said, I've always had these things that are like, I just can't get them done, or I feel like I can't get them done. But even those things have weighed on me so much over time that it slows me down mentally, slows me down physically, because of the burden of all these things that are in the way. Right? They're roadblocks. They're things, the mountains that I can't get over, hurdles that I can't jump over by myself. But when I find that somebody who's an expert at that mountain or that hurdle, then it just pushes us so much further, many mountains forward at that point. Bedford's Cost Segregation specializes in generating significant tax savings via their engineering-based studies for commercial real estate clients nationwide. Founded in 2002, Bedford is one of the largest independently owned cost segregation providers in the country, with over 14,000 studies completed to date in multiple offices throughout. The most important decision ownership can make when incorporating cost segregation within their real estate portfolio is selecting the right provider. With only 43 certified cost segregation professionals nationwide, Bedford is proud to employ 8 of them and takes the quality of their people as seriously as their studies. Every certified cost segregation professional has passed a rigorous test combining knowledge of technical engineering issues, legal tax issues, ethics standards, and requires a strict level of prior work experience to be eligible. Bottom line, not all cost segregation providers are created equal. So be sure to take the decision seriously from the beginning to protect yourself for years to come. Please contact Bedford's Business Development Director, Frank Judici, to learn more. And I can say that personally on our team, as we have hired, even as my business partner and I, as Sam, and I met each other and partnered. We both had different skill sets. He has skill sets. He is an expert in many things that I am not, and those are things that I would procrastinate, or things that I just don't energize me. Where you can turn that coin completely over, where I'm an expert in many areas that he is not, in things that energize me, do not him. So it's been a great fit there, for us to just propel forward in a big way, very fast because of those things. But, he's that who in certain areas of our business, and I'm the who in certain other areas. But then there's many, many things that we need many other who's for. So our assistants, right? We need someone who's that who that can help us to stay organized, help us to be where we need to be thinking ahead of us. And not everyone has those skill sets or even just those desires. And so, hopefully the last few weeks have helped you to think through how to hire that Class A talent, whether it's an assistant or whether that is someone that is, an asset manager or an acquisitions director or an underwriting expert or whatever that may be. Finding that person that is that who for that thing. Maybe it's your website. Maybe it's your branding. Maybe, you need a mentor. Maybe it's, who is that who? What is that thing you're procrastinating today that you need to find someone else to do that thing for you? And it's so hard to believe, but more times than not, they're going to do it better than you would anyway. It's just amazing what happens when you found someone that's an expert that can complete that task, and it pushes your business forward, and you do not have to think about it anymore. It is such a weight off your shoulders. So I encourage you to have a notepad out today and to be thinking, or just have that pad ready, even by the bed, because there's times I may wake up in the middle of the night and think of something, and I need to write it down. If I don't, the next morning I will have forgotten, and then I'm going to spend half a day trying to remember it. And so it's horrible. But have some place where you can write these things down so you're prepared for one. So anytime you are procrastinating, anytime you are putting something off that is important to your business, you have a place to document that. It's there. It's on the paper. You don't have to keep remembering it just for the sake of not forgetting it, for one. But two, then you have to put some feet to that, right? You have to put some actionable steps in place. So think about who's the who that is the expert for that one thing. Maybe it may even be somebody that's on your team already. That would be incredible. But maybe not. And it may be somebody that you can hire just to do that one thing. Especially if you're getting started, it's hard to hire people. But there's obviously, you've heard me talk about virtual assistants and VAs forever, and just how we've used them, how I've used them to grow our business and accomplish lots of things. And most of them are very skilled and talented at many things. But figure out who that is. Figure out what you're procrastinating about, and who the who is that can do that thing, and turn that procrastination into wisdom. So you can then take advantage of that, clear that off your mind so you can focus on what your skill sets are, what your unique abilities are, and push those further while someone else is doing those other things that you just really don't want to have to do. And obviously, sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, but there are things that you are procrastinating that's holding you back. And I just encourage you today to write those things down, put actionable steps in place, and reach out if I can help in any way. Hope you've been to LifeBridge Capital and connected with us on the Contact Us page, and appreciate you listening to the show. If you have questions you'd like me to answer about our business, how we've grown, how we closed on $100 million in real estate last year, or just how we're raising capital, how we're providing so much value to our investors, any of those things, would love to share those things, but leave comments, reach out to us through info@lifebridgecapital.com, send us questions. You can also go to the website on the podcast page and you can leave feedback. There's a button there. We would love to have your feedback. And so please do that. As you have some convenience or some time to do that, we would appreciate any feedback to help us improve the show. We have some big changes coming that I hope is going to add a ton of value to you as a passive investor and as the operator. So please stay tuned. And again, we'd love your feedback. Connect with us on the Contact Us page at LifeBridge Capital. And we look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Have a blessed day.
Thank you for listening to the Real Estate Syndication Show, brought to you by LifeBridge Capital. LifeBridge Capital works with investors nationwide to invest in real estate, while also donating 50% of its profits to assist parents who are committing to adoption. LifeBridge Capital, making a difference, one investor and one child at a time. Connect online at www.lifebridgecapital.com for free material and videos to further your success.